I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Okay, normally the guy is a sleeper, but those were two loud points there by Kevin Durant.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Now here's Durant. And stolen by Vassell. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Free throw no good for Wembanyama. And Richard, these teams both look to impose their will on the backboard.
Kevin, that battle inside is not for the faint of heart. A little furniture moving inside, if you know what I mean. That's just part of it.
I love that basket from Castle. Heady play from the rookie.
Booker outside. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And the dunk by Booker.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Now, here's Fox. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Look at Fox fearlessly going inside, hunting for a higher percentage look.
They grab their own miss. And stolen by Wembanyama. And the Spurs pushing it up now. And the dunk by Barnes.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Rebounded by Castle. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Done outside. Here's Booker. And he gets the bucket.
Booker showing some power.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the wing on the left. And it's Fox with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on them.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Number 00, Royce O'Neal.
And so it's San Antonio with it. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Mike Budenholzer and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Suns trailed by 4. Here's Booker. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
We're about 3 minutes into this first period. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And coming in as a force-facing 2 guard. How impressive is it, RJ, that Devin Booker is holding down the point?
And it's not just the rate of assists. He's limiting his turnovers in great fashion, too, despite his high usage.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Rebound, San Antonio. Now, Vassell. The wide open look here for Fox. Good on the three-point shot. Fox has got 7.
Rise and fire. Man, I love watching Fox cash in off the catch. I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
You gotta love how scrappy De'Aaron Fox is. No matter what kind of challenges he faces in a game, he's never giving less than his all.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take him. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 14-6 run. A nice shot by Sohan.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Spurs.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Booker draws the double. Outside for Durant. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. Rebound by Sohan.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Fox, no good. Suns trailed by 5. Here's O'Neal. The steal. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. Pass to Barnes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Spurs have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. And that one misses.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. O'Neal on the wing. Jones from outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the San Antonio Spurs.
17.
He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Here's Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Here's Plumlee. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And Phoenix has possession. 8-point game. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
To the paint. Here's Barnes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be a Mason Plumlee. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
He hits the 2nd from the line. Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
And they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Let's see what you got. You must have left your dancing shoes at home. Let's hear it for all the dancers. Substitution on the court.
Just over a minute gone here in the 2nd quarter. Here's Beal. The kick out to O'Neal. Phoenix no good that time either.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. And another Kevin, Kevin Durant, is the most decorated member of the Suns star trio. KD says, I believe in this team and we believe in one another. I like our chemistry. Not just the 3 of us, but our whole team. Our coaching staff is doing a great job. I'm not promising anything, but I like our chances against anybody. Kevin, they certainly have the talent.
David, indeed they do. Well, Richard, during his Washington days, Bradley Beal averaged 30 a game in back-to-back seasons.
Beal is such a strong guard, so not only can he beat you with his shooting stroke, but he can also play some bully ball.
Here's Wembanyama. He has 6. Count the basket. Wembanyama's got the lead up to 13 now for the Spurs.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Pass to Sochan. Here's Vassell. Dunn covering. Sochan with the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Vassell. Buries the long-range jumper. Vassell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They used every bit of the shot clock. Good thing Vassell was ready to go.
Plumlee. The shot misses. Good defense by Wembanyama. Inside. And stolen by Dunn. Here in the 2nd quarter, about 3 minutes played.
And the incredible reach of Wembanyama, helping him knock away that one.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's the Suns with the ball. They trail by 16. Back to Plumlee. Clock at 6. Durant drawing the double team. Plumlee, no luck. And it's the Spurs ball. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. Vassell outside. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wembanyama's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 12.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Vassell outside. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Assisted by.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
From 12 feet out. No good from Durant. Here's San Antonio now. They're on an 18-5 run. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Assisted.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Durant. 8 points for him. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
Just too much to handle. Durant not fazed by the bump.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
The assist.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Nobody near Barnes. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Spurs out in front. They lead by 18. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And the Spurs with possession here. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Vassell outside. Back to Wembanyama. Phoenix grabs the miss. Outside, Beal. From downtown, another 3 for Phoenix.
So good from three-point line. Beal stretches out the defense.
Here's Castle. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Castle's got 7.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step-back 3, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
Suns trail by 20. On the wing, Booker. Wembanyama with the rebound.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Tipped away. Richards with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Pass to Booker. Richards with it. Back to Beal. Suns moving the ball around. And here's KD for 3. A rebound by the Spurs. And there's the call on Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And stolen by Booker.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Spurs leading by 20. And as disappointing as the Suns' first-round exit was last year, RJ, this team, I think, still has a window open. How about you?
Yeah, Kevin, I've often said it takes teams a second year. That first year is really the adjustment period for star players. The Suns core group had some growing pains in that first season. But look, this year, I think this is the year we're going to see the best version of the Phoenix Suns.
The shot by KD, no good. The Spurs have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
Shooting for San Antonio, Wembanyama at the line for 1.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And here are the Suns now. To the middle. Kicks it out to Allen. They need this. And it's Gillespie missing.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
Here's Wembanyama. From down in the low post, it goes. Wembanyama's got 5 points now this quarter.
Passes like this demonstrate leadership. Vassell wanting to find his open teammates.
Here's Gillespie. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Castle.
Castle.
Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
De'Aaron Fox.
Castle's got 9. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
Wembanyama.
And that one, good. 21 points for Victor Wembanyama.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Now here's Allen. Vassell grabs the board. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
The lefty, De'Aaron Fox, boy, I am happy I do not have